Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. ETH reacted to support, shows that it did respect the 1536 yellow support level, the 78.6 retracement here on this chart, rallied into resistance, and in fact the current scenario is still pretty much valid. However, I am looking at the Bitcoin chart and I think we have a bit of a changing wave count here. So before we get in any invalidations due to the size of this rally, which could turn into a small impulse, which is, by the way, not enough to really confirm that we have bottomed here, put a lasting low in place. But I'm entertaining the idea here of a potential B wave rally that could unfold in the white wave count. So I'm introducing a wave count for a scenario in which we could break above 5096. Yeah, I think I highlighted yesterday in one of the videos, I don't really like the proportions of this anymore, but it sort of worked out so far. But resistance is 1596, so in a scenario for more direct downside, price should not really break above 1596. But if it does it, then I think we're following the white wave count here, which suggests that actually a wave 1 finished here already in September, then a wave 2 moved to the upside, and we're now in a third wave, but it would have to be a diagonal, okay? So this would then be a third wave down in an A, B, C structure. That really depends now on the size of the rally. It depends on the size of the rally, and to be honest, what we really need to see, that to confirm that we have bottomed, we need to see 5 waves up above the August high, above 1746, yeah? So until then, I am skeptical of more direct upside, as I have been here, and as I have been here, because again, the bottoming structure isn't ideal. The last wave down seems to have been in 3 waves, so that leaves the opportunity or the possibility that this was just an A wave, or maybe even all of this was wave 1 and we're moving higher in wave 2. That would be the, let's say, the alternative, but we're not there yet. And as soon as I take the yellow wave count off the chart, which I might do throughout the day, I've got a feeling I might have to, then I will focus on the white count and provide another alternative. But for now, I think we need to be ready for a larger bounce potentially. 1596 could break. Now, of course, doesn't need to. And if it doesn't, then the yellow wave count remains valid. So I'm not going to take the yellow wave count off the chart. But the relevant resistances, of course, tell us when they are broken that we might have to change our assumption, not the bigger picture, but maybe just the microstructure, which is normal, especially as it didn't show a clean impulse down. So this looks like a 3-wave move down, as you can see here, A, B, C. So I'm counting that potentially as an A wave here. Now here, for example, it respected perfectly the fibs. Let's see if it's doing that here as well. But if it breaks, we have to change the assumption the same way as we would have needed to change our assumption here. But we didn't need to. We didn't need to because we said we focus further on the downside against 1663. That happened yesterday, that downside. We actually reached our target, our next target at 1536. And remember that I said to you, this is going to be the area where I'm going to watch for a lasting low to be made. Between 1536 and 1459. So yeah, I'm open to the idea that price could have bottomed, but it's just not, this pattern doesn't give me much confidence, okay? This doesn't give me much confidence, so I am not very happy to confirm it at this stage. We would basically need more price data. With analysis, we always need enough price data to really base our assumptions on, and at the moment, the data I have doesn't give me much confidence that we have bottomed already. So I hate to get people trapped in bull traps. So to give you a more bullish idea, which I'm not following primarily at this stage, not directly bullish, okay? Because also the Bitcoin count doesn't really suggest it. But it would need to be something like that. We would need to see, let's say, 5 waves above the August highs, and then a 3-wave pullback, and that 3-wave pullback can be purchased for a long trade. Then I have a wave 1 again and a wave 2. My feeling is we're going to see the first 3 waves of it. Now, that's only my feeling. The market doesn't care about my feelings, but that would then be the B wave in my opinion, So something like that. Remember, tomorrow we've got inflation data that could shake all of this up. We see a lot of volatility most likely. Especially now, since we broke out of this range to the downside as it seems, okay? So the volatility is there. In here, I mean, not much happened, right? So did we have CPI in here? Maybe not. I think in here or something. Not much happened. So, but now that we have sort of broken out of a range, and hopefully we stay there, I think it has potential to generate a little bit more volatility. So I keep my eye open for a larger ABC structure in white wave B. I should give you resistance for it, right? Should give you resistance for it. First of all, I would pay attention to 1663 still, yeah. But I also I'm gonna add the 78.6 retracement, which is going to be the B wave resistance, yeah, which is 1635. So I'm gonna add this as resistance, 1635 and 1663. If we also break above these, then I have to understand that all of this move down was a wave one. Now that would seriously set us up for lower, at least 1300, 1200. So we'll pay attention to that. It will depend really on the next few days. Hard to say now what it is, but what I can tell you right now is that obviously the 78.6 FIB level here was one of our targets, and it is strong support. So now we see a bit of a bounce, and the size of the bounce will determine probably how the next few weeks will develop, yeah, for ETH. And if it's just a 3-wave move up, the focus remains on lower. If it's a 5-wave move up above resistance and a 3-wave pullback, it is likely something bullish. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Now, obviously, if the yellow wave count has to be taken out, then the wave count is morphing, most likely, first of all, to the white wave count. But again, if the size of the move is too big, then we have something like this. I want to show it to you already now, but this, okay? And it could go a little higher. That's why I say we need to see 5 waves up above the August high to suggest something more bullish, because this is another possibility. It could just be a huge corrective pullback after a 5-wave move down. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions about that. For now, I go with this, whereas a higher wave 2 is also possible. So that said, a higher B wave or a higher wave 2 will be invalidated if we get a more direct drop below yesterday's low. That's my update about ETH. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.